tired today. Yesterday was terrible. I was a bit under the weather. I think I'm a bit under the weather today too. I'm a bit under the weather. ¿Qué significa bajo del tiempo atmosférico? Estoy bajo mínimos, ¿eh? Estoy un poco pachucho. I'm a bit under the weather. Se usa mucho, curiosamente, under the weather, to feel under the weather, to be under the weather, estar bajo mínimos, en salud. So let's call it a day. Sí, cerremos la tienda por hoy, ¿eh? Let's call it a day. Llamémoslo un día. O sea, literalmente significa, bueno, cerramos la tienda ya. ¿Qué piensas? Shall we call it a day? Yes. Let's call it a day, and especially because I feel a bit under the weather. Yesterday I ended up calling it a day very early. To end up. Terminar pronto, valga la redundancia. I ended up finishing early. To end up. Más gerundio. To end up.
Hello and welcome to another English class. ¿Pero qué le pasa a nuestro número 3? ¿Qué le pasa? It looks like he's feeling a bit under the weather. Ya se ha muerto. Pero bueno, he's feeling a bit under the weather sería que está un poco pachucho. Es la primera parte de nuestra frase de hoy. To feel a bit under the weather. Sentirse pachucho, el pobrecito. Ahora le dejamos. Bien, he was feeling a bit under the weather. So he ended up calling it a day. Eso significa, él estaba un poco pachucho. Así que lo dio por terminado. Bien, centrémonos en la expresión de la primera parte. He was feeling a bit under the weather. Literalmente estaba un poco, se sentía un poco por debajo del tiempo. Under the weather. Es nuestra forma de decir, pues, que nos sentimos pachuchos, ¿vale? I feel a bit under the weather today. Pues me siento un poco pachucho hoy, ¿ok? Our number 3 was feeling a bit under the weather before it died. ¿Vale? Antes de morirse, pues estaba un poco pachucho, ¿vale? To feel a bit under the weather. Ojo que no decimos under, sino anda. Anda. ¿Ok? Muy importante la pronunciación de anda. To feel a bit under the weather, entonces, eso es, pachucho, sentirse pachucho.
Hi guys, Felicity here. Oh, no te sientes muy bien hoy. Are you feeling a little bit under the weather? Oh, no. Well, don't worry, because today I have paper aeroplanes. We're going to learn how to make the perfect paper aeroplane, and that will cheer you up. Last week, my brother felt a little bit under the weather, and I made him a paper aeroplane, and oh, now he's happy. Yippee! Do you know someone who's feeling a little bit under the weather? You do? Oh, repeat with me. I know someone who's feeling a little bit under the weather. Oh, well, don't worry. Make them a paper airplane and it will cheer them right up. Last week, Wayne Spain was feeling a little bit under the weather. He was disappointed about something. But I made him a paper airplane and it cheered him right up. Are you ready, guys? Let's fly it. Woo! Oh, well, guys, that was fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, I feel a bit under the weather today. Me siento un poco pachucho. Bueno, también podría decir I feel a bit ropey. Ropey es nuestra palabra del día y significa también pachucho. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. No me sale el español. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I'm feeling a bit ropey today. Pues al final, I ended up coming to the studio. Pues acabé viniendo al estudio para grabar porque no había más remedio. Y eso es la segunda parte de nuestra frase de hoy. Ya el phrasal verb to end up. He ended up no sé qué. To end up es acabar. Y cuando le sigue otro verbo, pues lo expresamos en el gerundio, ¿vale? He ended up doing lo que sea. I ended up coming today. Acabé viniendo hoy, yeah? I'd probably end up going to sleep immediately after this class because I feel a bit under the weather. I feel quite ropey, bastante pachucho. I'm sorry. Lo siento mucho, pero son cosas que pasan. Bueno, see you in a bit. Ciao.
Ole! It's a great day in Spain, but yesterday was not so good. No. I ended up meeting with my friends, you know, Paco and Pepe, and acabaron llevándome una fiesta de toros. They ended up taking me to a bullfight. Yeah, they ended up taking me to a bullfight. I ended up going to a bullfight. But, yeah, look what happened. I ended up getting hurt. We ended up going into the street, and I was talking about the Duquesa de Villavieja because I had dinner with her a few days ago, and I guess I ended up getting distracted and turning around, and de repente, all of a sudden, there were bulls behind me. They were angry bulls, and I ended up getting hit by one of the bulls, and I ended up hurting my arm, and I ended up hurting my eye, and
Hello, welcome back. It's a miracle. Es un milagro. Sí, me he recuperado en tiempo récord para impartir la última parte de esta clase. Vamos a ver la expresión to call it a day. Literalmente, llamarlo un día. ¿Pero qué significa llamarlo un día? O call it a day. Significa, pues, darlo por terminado, ¿ok? Es una expresión que empleamos con mucha frecuencia al acabar o al querer acabar una reunión. Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. Con ese sonido vocálico muy largo ahí. De la palabra call, ¿ok? No es call, sino call. Let's call it a day. Démoslo por terminado, ¿ok? What time did you finish last night? Well, we went on until 11 o'clock and then we decided to call it a day. Or we called it a day at 11 o'clock. Vale, bien. Vamos a repasar la frase entera. He was feeling a bit under the weather, que todos ya sabéis que significa que él, a ver, bueno, todos vosotros, yo no sé. A ver, él estaba un poco pachucho, así que lo dio por terminado. So he ended up calling it a day. Acordaros, to end up doing something es nuestra forma de decir acabar haciendo algo. ¿Vale? I think that's enough of that. Let's call it a day. See you soon. Ciao.
Hey, how's it going? I think it's time to call it a day. Se acabó por hoy. That's right. I'm gonna call it a day. But I still have to take the rubbish out. You know, when Harriet wants to call it a day, she just goes without telling anyone. And Margaret, she cleans 2 or 3 rooms, and then she calls it a day. That's right, to call it a day. What am I doing? Exactly, I'm calling it a day. I still want to go to the gym, and I have 2 dates. It's definitely time to call it a day. Oh, here comes Margaret.
Oh, Mike, I'll just have 1 coffee and then I'll call it a day. Be a good boy.
Okay, well, Margaret, the coffee machine is over there, the milk and sugar's over there. Take the rubbish out, and then I think you can call it a day.
But